Round 2. What? But I'm tired. Tired already? It just started. Please, she pleaded, breathlessly, not able to speak anymore. Cheeks flushed and her body was drenched in sweat. Is he going to spare her? This is your punishment, Miss Yun. Yun gulped and stand in front of him, finally gaining her composure. What did I ever do to you? She asked, tired from his so-called punishment. Your father gave me a responsibility. I'm just doing that. He told you to teach me not to make me run on this ground. Well, this is the problem. You slept in my class and then you fall asleep in my office when I was giving you extra lecture. He said with a stern face and Yun sighed. She was sleeping from the morning. Okay, I will not sleep again. Can you please not make me run another round? If you don't want me to double your punishment, so run now. Yun cursed under her breath and started running. It took her 10 minutes to complete one round, and now again. She cried mentally. Yun was not weak in studies, but there was one chapter in physics that she found incredibly challenging. No matter how many times she tried to understand it, the concept just wouldn't stick in her head. And to make matter worse, there was an exam on that chapter the next day. So Jungkook, her physics professor, just helping her, but she dozed off and now she was paying the price for it, running endless lap on the ground. Or is he still there? She turned back to check on him, but he's standing there like a robot, keeping an eye on her. I had to finish it just a bit, Marion. You can do it. Yes, I can do it. She kept encouraging herself, finally complete another round and collapsed on the floor, breathing heavily, beside Jungkook. Good, now you look fresher than before, he said and extending the water bottle. You look at him, internally cursing him and grabbed the bottle. Thank you, Professor, that was really helpful, she said, sarcasm dripping in her voice, and Jungkook nodded without expression, which is making her angrier. Come to my office after the break, we will continue the rest of our lecture. And he walked away. Yun punched in the air and get up from the ground. Oh, my poor legs. Another day, another punishment. Yun looked at him angrily, but he smiled mischievously. Don't talk to me. Hey, now what did I do? You could have just waked me up when you know the professor looking at me, but you sat there enjoying the show. I was bored, so freedom, it was worth it. Yun smacked him on the back, glaring at him while he was still laughing. If you were not my cousin, I would have dumped you underground and no one will ever know. Whoa, whoa, easy there, angry bird. I was just teasing you, he said with a grin and Yun smacked and stepped closer to him. And you know I will do it, don't you? She said, slightly caressing his hair with a psychotic grin, and his eyes widened in horror. Hee, I know, now get away from me, you're scaring me. Yin laughed at his reaction. You both have the strongest bond, just like besties since you both grew up together, so there is no secret between you two. Come on, let's go grab something to eat. I'm starving. You nodded and they both made their way to the campus cafeteria, chatting about their day and cracking jokes. Jun Jungkook has been teaching at this university for almost 6 months. Despite his young age, he is considered to be the best professor among his colleagues. Thanks to his talents and sophistication, he is deeply dedicated to his work and he always tries his best to help their students and learn and understand. Surprisingly, Jungkook was the son of your dad's best friend. He was just 5 years older than you, and when your dad found out that he was teaching at your university, he requested that Jungkook take care of you. Being an obedient and responsible professor, Jungkook took the responsibility without complaint. You knocked on the door before taking a deep breath. After the break is finally over, she needs to cover the whole chapter today, or she will fail the test, which she never want to. Come in. She heard the voice from inside and turned the knob, finally stepping in his office. He was standing near his chair while holding some book. She hesitated and Jungkook turned around and looked at her. She is standing near the doorway. Yun, come sit here. Yun nodded and walked towards the chair and sat down. Jungkook put the book on the table and sat on his chair. Let's continue our lesson. She took her book out and then he started spelling on every topic in detail. I gave the worst physics exam. I am going to fail for sure. Shut up. You always top in every subject. Don't use those tactics with me. I just don't want to get my hopes up. You know it's Professor June. Yeah, he might be strict, but he don't do injustice to any student. That's true, but oh god. Her word cut off when Professor June walked into the class. The class was silent and everyone was waiting for the result. He looked as strict as usual with no smile and a straight posture. He walked to the front of the class and placed a stack of papers on the desk. He looked around the room, his eyes scanning over each student. Jungkook walked around the classroom silently handing back the graded exam to each student. Yoon anxiously watched as he approached her desk. Jungkook paused in front of her and handed her the exam paper without a word. Yoon's hands trembled as she unfolded the paper and her eyes widened in disbelief as she saw the grade A+. No way, I must be dreaming, she whispered to herself. Jimmy leaned over and peered at her paper. Holly, you got an A+? How did you manage that? I have no idea, maybe he took pity on me or something. Jimmy looked at his grade and it was A. Yoon smiled to herself. They both know Jungkook don't pity anyone, he is loyal to his job. Jungkook walks back to his desk and looked at the students. You all worked really hard, but I want to remind you all the grades are not everything. It's important to understand the concept we are learning, not just memorize them for a test. I hope you will all continue to work hard, and those who have low grades don't be disheartened. Work hard next time. With that, he gathered his paper and made his way to the door. That's why everyone liked him and never discouraged any student. But he stopped before he got out of the class. And Miss Yoon, meet me in the office. Yoon's eyes widened as she looked at Jimin. Now what did I do? How should I now go and meet him? No way in hell. Is he gonna punish me again? Don't make me smack your head. Just go already. Hey Jimin, my sweet boy, will you come with me? Jimin mischievously grinned and looked at her. Sure, you go first. I have to buy popcorn to enjoy the drama. Damn, I hate you, shorty. Look who's calling me shorty. 5 foot? Yoon gasped and looked at him offended. I am 5 foot 1 inch, she said angrily, and Jimin burst into laughter. Yoon looked at him done face and stormed her feet out of the class. Jungkook was sitting in his seat in the office, reading a book when he heard a knock and hummed. So you called me? He finally looked up when he heard her voice. Oh yes, Miss Young, sit here. He watched as she hesitantly sat in front of him. I have a favor to ask if you are free, of course. Yes sir, tell me, what is it? You know Ria, your classmate. Yes sir, well I want you to tutor her. Why sir? The thing is she is not doing well in her test, straight Fs, and her parents are very strict about her studies. I'm kind of worried. I tried to give her extra lessons. She was a good learner, but I don't know what happened to her now. So what do you exactly want me to do? I can't give her lectures out of this university. That's why I need your favor. Well, you will tutor her and ask her nicely. Maybe she will become your friend and tell you what happened to her. I don't think she will open up. She suddenly got distance from everyone and become quiet. At least give it a try. If it's about teaching her and giving her extra classes, I won't mind that. But there's something more about her. I'm not trying to invade her private life, but at least there has to be one person who is close to her and ask her how's she. So you want me to help her? Yes, Yun, and I chose you because you are a bright student. Also, sometimes you don't act like it, but I want you to tutor her. Yun looked at him with her mouth open. Did he just compliment her and then insulted her? But I'm not forcing you, of course, if you're free. He saw that she was thinking something and then nodded. Okay, sir, I will do it. Thank you. I know I could trust you. He said, and you looked at him, finally meeting his eyes. She smiled lightly and stood up before bowing and walking out of his office. Jungkook started doing his work again. Yun walked out of Jungkook's office, her mind racing with thoughts. She barely knew Ria, and now she will be able to befriend her. But something about Jungkook's request made her want to give it a try. He trusts her. She walked through the hallway lost in thought but almost collided with someone. Hey, watch where you're going, the person said grumpily. You look up to see Taehyung, one of her classmates, also Jimin's friend. Sorry, I was not paying attention. Yun apologized. Taehyung looked at her when he recognized her. It's okay. Yun, are you alright? You look a bit lost. I just got asked to tutor someone and I don't even know where to start. Taehyung raised an eyebrow. Who's the lucky student? Ria, do you know her? Yun asked. His expression darkened. Yeah, I know her. She used to be my good friend. But she's been avoiding me and everyone else lately. Infront, if you are a good friend with her, can you help me to ask her what happened? It would be a great help. I don't know, I'm out of this matter. Professor told you to tutor her, just do it. He said and walked away and followed her eyebrows. Rude, I was just asking nicely. Yun and Jimin were sitting in the cafeteria enjoying their lunch when Yun suddenly spoke. Your friend is rude. She stared as she looked at Jimin. Who? Taehyung? Of course. Yesterday I bumped into him and asked him something nicely, but he replied so rudely. That's strange. Taehyung doesn't usually act that way. What did you ask him? Professor gave me a task to tutor Ria, so I called Taehyung. If he know her since I saw them together a few times. Oh, Ria, Jimin sat and looked down. Yun followed her eyebrows in confusion. What's up with you now? Ria was Taehyung's girlfriend, but she broke up with him for no reason. Yoon eyes widened in surprise. Oh, I didn't know that. That's why he seemed so angry. I advised you not to talk about her in front of him, but he is generally a nice guy. Jimin reassured her. Okay, Yoon let out a sigh, realizing that the reason behind their behavior. They finished their lunch in silence, lost in their own thoughts. Jungkook was sitting on the comfortable lounge at home, his laptop open in front of him as he shifted through multiple PDF files. He let out a deep sigh, the frustration evident on his face. Wow, it's been 6 months already. I'm already tired of checking all these assignments. He muttered to himself. He groaned and placed his laptop on the table, rubbing his temple in exhaustion. That's when his mother entered the room, a warm smile on her face. Tired, Jungkook? She asked. Jungkook nodded. Yeah, Mom. Thank you. I need this right now, he said gratefully as she handed him a cup of coffee. Jungkook took a sip of coffee. His mother hesitated for a moment before speaking up again. Jungkook, your father wanted me to remind you that he wants you to go somewhere with him this Sunday. Jungkook raised an eyebrow in confusion. Where does he want me to go? He didn't say where, but he seems pretty insistent about it. Why is he being so secretive about it? His mother shrugged. I have no idea, Jungkook. Your father can be quite mysterious at times. Let's see where he would take me. He said and closed his eyes again, taking a sip of his coffee. And this will be the last assignment of the semester. Everyone in the class sighed. Finally, a happy news. Assignment sucks, don't they? Hey, do he ever smile? How do I know? I have never seen him smile. Are you sure he is a real human? Yoon smiled and replied sarcastically. Oh yeah, go ask him. He will definitely tell you how good of a human he is. No thanks. I don't wish to fail on my next semester. I felt bad for his wife or girlfriend. Why? Just imagine spending a life with someone who never smiles. It would be boring and dull. I wouldn't be surprised if he don't have a wife or a girlfriend. Maybe he's secretly a reward program to grade papers and assignment all day long. That would explain a lot. Can I sit here? She asked and the girl looked at her. She is looking down. Sure. She smiled softly and sat down beside her chair. Professor Jungkook told me to tutor you. She asked carefully and Ria nodded. I know he told me about that. So do you want me to tutor you? How about we study in the library? It's quiet there, I can focus better. Sure, the library is it then? They both stood up and headed towards the library. As they walked in, Kurt said that Ria was a bit hesitant. Hey, don't worry, I'm here to help you. We can take it slow and steady. Ria smiled and nodded. They both walked into the library. Yoon helped Ria pick out some books and they sat alone at a table in the corner. So what subject do you need help with? It's math, I'm really bad at it. Okay, let's start with the basic then. We will go step by step. They started working through some math problems and Yoon didn't find her a girl who could hurt someone. She is polite and shy. Jimin and Yoon were walking together, laughing and playfully slapping each other's shoulders. Oh my god, did you see the look on her face when she took a sip on her juice? Jimin exclaimed, mimicking the girl's exaggerated facial expression. She looked like she won the lottery or something. They laughed together until Yoon bumped into someone and the juice spilled on his shirt. She lifted her head slowly and her eyes widened. Oh no, Yoon gasped and Jimin rushed to grab some napkins to help clean up the mess. Jungkook's expression turned sour as he looked down at his stained shirt. What on earth do you have no control over your actions? I'm sorry about that, sir. It was just an accident. Jungkook clicked his tongue in annoyance and he tried to wipe off the juice from his shirt. Next time, watch where you're going. Yoon's face turned red with embarrassment as he apologized. Everyone was watching in the hallway. I'm sorry. Jungkook walked away from there without saying to her. That was embarrassing, she murmured. Yoon groaned as she heard a rapid series knock on her room. It was Sunday and still no peace. She reluctantly got out of the bed, walked to the door opening it, but no one was there. Who the... Before she could even complete her sentence, she felt something cold and sticky hit her face. She blinked and opened her eyes, quickly wiping it off, only to realize that it was some kind of cake or white powder. What the hell, Jimin? Did you just throw cake on my face? Jimin popped out from behind the corner, trying to suppress a laugh. Oops, my bad. I was trying to surprise you with breakfast in bed, but I guess I got a little too excited. Yeah, you shorty, come back here. She ran behind him as his laughter filled the whole house. Yoon was red from anger as she is not going to spare him. She tried to chase him down the stair, but slipped on the floor that Jimin had spilled and ended up covering in floor from head to toe. Jimin laughed even harder. Oh my god, you look like a walking cake. You are so dead park, Jimin. Jimin's laughter slowly died down as he saw the look on Yoon's face. He quickly tried to run away, but Yoon caught to him and tackled him to the ground. "You're not going away that easily." She grabbed the cushion from the sofa and started beating him. "Ow, ow, ow, Yun, I'm sorry. Ow, leave me. Ow. Hey, leave my son alone." Yun looked at her mother offended. "How can you take his side, Mom? Look what he did." "Auntie, save me. It was just a prank. Let my kid breathe. Get up from him." Yun got up from him. "Nobody loves me," she said dramatically, and Mrs. Kim shook her head. "Let's go all to the kitchen and make some breakfast together. First, let me get changed. I'm covered with the flour." "Oh, no need. You look good like this." He looked at him with a done face as he smiled, but before she could do anything, he ran into the kitchen. "Go and change your clothes. We will wait for you in the kitchen." He nodded her head as her mother walked to the kitchen too. She turned around ready to climb the stairs when the doorbell rang. It must be Dad. She looked at herself covered with flour and then smiled. "Oh, Jimin, sweetie, you are doomed today. Let's see how you are gonna get away from Dad." She walked to the door when she heard Jimin. "Oh God, no, Yun, I will open the door." He rushed to her. He was somehow covered with flour too. As she was about to open the door, he feared her dad, even though he is sweet, but he loves his daughter too much, and he knows what will happen next. "Nope, let me open it, sweetie. You know it must be Dad." I'm sorry, not in front of Uncle." Eunice made quiet. "Time to pay for your sins." And turned the door open. At the same time, Jimin pulled her, and they both fell back on the ground and groaned in pain. Dad. Both of their eyes widened when they looked at who was standing in the doorway. Professor June Jungkook with Mr. June and Mr. Kim with wide eyes. They both looked at each other with horror-filled faces, both looking like a ghost in the morning. Well, technically it's evening. We can explain. Everyone was gathered in the lounge. Yun and Jimin had taken a shower and were now sitting on the sofa like an obedient kids. They still had no clue why everyone was there, especially why Jungkook was present. Yun parent, Mr. and Mrs. June, Yun, Jimin and Jungkook were sitting all silently. And Jimin was waiting for Mr. Kim to start scolding both of them. He was silently praying in his heart. "You two really embarrassed me like this." He finally spoke and they both sat there with head hung low. "Forget it, Kim. They were just enjoying their time. No need to scold them," he said and smiled, while you and Jimin gave each other nervous glances. Jungkook was sitting with a serious face, no expression. He was just watching the whole drama. He don't even know why he is here. Like he got it, their parents are friends, but why is he needed here? "Dad, why are we here?" he whispered in his dad's ear for the nth time, and Mr. Jung looked at his son. He cleared his throat and spoke up finally. Actually, we are here because we have something to discuss with you, Mr. Kim." Yun spoke up. "What is that we need to discuss?" Mr. Jun hesitated for a moment before speaking again. "Well, you see, I'm here to propose a marriage between my son Jungkook and your daughter Yun." Yun eyes widened as well as Jungkook, while Jimin started choking on his saliva. "Dad, what are you talking about?" he whispered to him, and Mr. Kim looked at her wife. "I know this is sudden for all of you. I was just suggesting my opinion. Actually, I've been thinking about it for a while now, and we think it would be a good match. I don't know about that. Yun is still young and has a lot of her life ahead. We need time to think about it. Of course, take all the time you need. I just wanted to bring it up to you and see how you felt about it." Jungkook was quiet, looking a bit embarrassed, unsure about the whole situation. Of course he will be. She is his student and he never saw her like this. While Yun was still processing the whole proposal and didn't know what to say. Like Jungkook, she never saw him more than a teacher. Of course, the whole university died over him, but there are some boundaries she never crossed. Let's not make it too serious. We are just here for a friendly visit. We will talk about the proposal later if you are interested." Everyone seemed to relax at her words and the conversation turned to lighter mood, but they both sat there looking dazed from the sudden news. "You should have looked at your face. You turned blue that time." Jimin was continuously teasing her since yesterday after the proposal. He can't stop. How was her reaction? "Shut up, Jimin. Stop making fun of me." "Okay, but the drama was actually worth it. The plot twist got me choking on my own saliva." "If you don't have anything better to say, little cousin, then shut your mouth. Calm down, you know I was just teasing you. But tell me, did you think about the proposal?" "I don't know where to start thinking about it. He's my professor who is 5 years older than me. How am I supposed to stay calm?" "Don't be over dramatic. You know, if you reject him, then there is a line of girls for him. Anyone just want to marry him. And I'm on the line too." Even showed him, "Are you getting me?" face, and Jimin pressed his lips together. "I think I need a lot of time to think. But first, let's see what Professor thinks about it. I think he will never marry a girl like me. And why, what's wrong with you? Look at me. He must find me immature or something." "Oh, come on, you're still better than those girls out there." You look at him and sighed. Yun, can we talk for a moment? Both of them turned around to look who it was.